You're ready.
I got Mr. Joe Harris, Mr. 509 here with me. Chelan, is it Eastern Washington or is it Washington? It's right on the border, isn't it?
Right on the border, man. It's right on the cusp.
Right on the border.
Right on the
But
Cascades.
You get more sun over there, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. You didn't do more.
Than
I dealt with the rain. I dealt with the rain a lot. Big guy. So let's talk about what you just out here. And the coaches just run over a few drills. Can you elaborate on that for me?
Yeah, we're just finishing up practice, and everybody's kind of bouncing different shooting drills that they do when we finish up.
Okay.
So I was doing a drill with Brooke Lopez that he does to finish every practice. He just goes around, finishes 20-25 from 3.
Okay.
And I was talking about one of the drills that I do when I usually finish up practice, and I go 10-10. So I usually like to make 10 free throws in a row, and then I'll hit 10 threes in a row.
Okay.
The 10 threes, I'm typically doing them where I'm kind of on the move, and I like to change up my footwork. So I go left, right into it, right, left, or I'll go 2 foot hop, just sort of alternating each time that I get the ball going into my shot.
Because you don't know when you're going in a game time,
yeah, exactly.
game situation.
You never know. So I like
to
to be able to, I don't want to have to think about it when I get into the game. So when I'm practicing, that's when I'm overemphasizing it. I'm thinking about my feet. But then when I get in the game, it's all muscle memory. I'm not having to worry or think about it.
Now I saw you shagging too and giving some of the ball boys some lessons too. What was that about?
Yeah, my guy over here was just asking, talking about his shot, his jump shot. Talking about how he basically moved it from shooting sort of from his chin out a little bit.
Okay.
He said that he's having some problems getting arc on the ball because he's gotten the ball trying to shoot it from a higher point. Whereas before he wasn't strong enough to shoot with a high release point. So I was just talking to him about, shooting is all about the kinetic chain, and it's all about your base. That's the most important thing, in my opinion, is your base, your feet, making sure that you're square to the basket, always a strong base. Strong through your legs.
Okay.
A lot of people, when they shooting it short, whatever it might be, a lot of the times the problem is just you're not getting enough legs into it. So I always talk about staying low and finishing high. So overemphasizing, using your legs, starting in a low position, and then always making sure that the elbow is above your eye when you finish, and then you don't have to worry about the arc. Usually, if you're gonna miss long in those scenarios. Okay.
Now I need work on my jumper, Joe.
Yeah.
So am I looking at the back of the rim? Am I looking at just want to get over the front of the rim? What am I looking at, Joe?
That's a personal preference, I think, on that one, because when I was growing up, I was always taught, find a spot on the rim, whether that's back of the rim, front of the rim. But I personally, when I look at it, I'm sort of looking at the entire goal.
Okay.
And for me, I'm just kind of looking at it, and I look at it as just the entire cylinder. Whereas some people, it's more beneficial for them to find a spot, either the front or the back, whatever it is. But at the end of the day, I think it's just best to pick up the target. Like when Jeff Hornacek talked to me about shooting, he would talk a lot about, all right, first things first, my legs are into it, my feet are square to the basket, and then my eyes. My eyes are locked on to whatever I'm shooting at. So always just finding a target, whatever it might be, and it's sort of just personal preference at that point, but always having something to lock your eyes on. But for me, it's always just the entire goal.
Okay, good deal. Is this what you teach the kids at Joey's Buckets?
Yes, sir.
I saw that.
Buckets basketball camp, man.
I saw that.
Yeah, 5 years in a row.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's a free camp, Central Washington. We usually get around like 300 kids that come in, and all over the state. Okay. And a lot of it, we talk a lot about shooting, but you're trying to get guys and gals enjoying just the game of basketball, making sure that they're being good teammates, positive, working hard, and then the rest sort of takes care of itself.
Now you got a lot of brethren that made it from the Pacific Northwest to the NBA. Now talk about being part of that lineage and then continuing that lineage. How you feel about that? And then
there's guys that set the ground floor for hoopers from the state of Washington. You think about Jason Terry, Jamal, obviously, Martell Webster, Micah Downs, John Brockman. The list goes on and on. There's so many guys that have come through that have represented the state in such a good way. And it always kind of comes back to Jamal though too. He's sort of like the king of the basketball fraternity in the state of Washington, and he does a good job of just making sure that if you're from the Pacific Northwest, you're included in that brotherhood. And I think you see it in the legacy of players that are coming up. You got guys like Zach LaVine, DeJounte Murray, and then a lot of really good young hoopers that are coming up through the state. It seems like every year there's a top 10, top 20 hooper that's coming up, but a lot of that is just because of those guys that came before us.
Yeah, that's great.
Yep.
Shout out to the LOB, Love of Basketball, to Facebook page.
Love of Basketball?
Love of Basketball.
Love of Basketball.
Facebook. Shout out to them. They want to hear from you.
Shout out to Love of Basketball. Doing good stuff over here. Love the game, love the title.
That's great. Joe, I want to thank you for your time, man. Congratulations.
Appreciate it.
Best seafood Seattle or Pacific Northwest or the Northeast? Best seafood?
Oh, Pacific Northwest.
Have you tasted clam chowder out there?
That's actually a good point. They got the clam chowder out there, but you know, you start getting some of the salmon, other stuff, oysters in Pacific Northwest. Tough to beat.
It's tough to beat, man.
Yeah.
Thanks again for
Yes,
your
sir.
time, Big. Have a great one, man.
Thank you.
And congratulations on making the team.